to see you again. Before I talk to you about this weekend past or indeed the weekend coming, can I congratulate you on your appointment with Argentina as a person who's grown up in the country and played for Argentina? Can you just describe your feeling knowing that you're going to be returning as an assistant coach to your native country?
Yeah, obviously the feeling is it's a great feeling to have that opportunity, but at the same time it's been a very tough decision for me. I think um, there's no hiding, knowing that I've got the one of the best opportunities in my life to come to the best team in the world. In terms of Leinster, so I had a great moments here, and now this opportunity came, and with all the support of Leo and all the staff and Leinster, I took the chance to go back home. There's many other reasons, not only rugby wise, that made me make that decision, but no, I'm really happy, and it's a proud, as you know, for any person having the opportunity to play for their country or then to be coach of their country, it's a proud moment, so for me and my family as well.
Now, last Saturday you earned the right to play in the Champions Cup final, having beaten Toulouse in that. Yesterday we discovered that you're going to play La Rochelle in the final of that competition. I mean, that's a big incentive for you, isn't it, in terms of taking them on in 2 weeks' time in Marseille?
Yeah, we don't, every game starts from zeros, and for us, more than who is in front of us is what we want to achieve. We have our mindset on and knowing what we want to achieve. We are drilling and working for that 5th star in the jersey, and that's the most important thing. Now it came that it was Toulouse in semi-final. You always want to play the best ones, and they are the champions last year, so you want to play them, and now it comes La Rochelle, who's been beat us last year in semi-final, but it doesn't matter who is in front. You want to, there's a goal for us to go, and definitely it will be a different game, and it starts from zero, and we need to prepare accordingly because they are a brilliant team.
And just a final question from me, please. It's in relation to the game this weekend. It's back to the United Rugby Championship, a match against Munster. In many respects, is that an ideal preparation for what's happening the following week, or is it almost a distraction given the intense rivalry between the two teams in the last while?
There's no distraction when you play Munster, I can guarantee you. I think that it's any. I've been lucky enough to be a player for Leinster, and what you feel when you go into those games, those derby, they're special. But also, back into the Aviva, big occasion for the club, big occasion for us. So there's enough motivation there to go, and there's no distraction. It's actually it's a good for us to keep on training and keep instilling our habits and being better at what we try to do. And there's nothing better than preparing for a game against Munster. It's you can get something bigger in URC, and that's the best thing you can have previous to a final of a Champions Cup.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Hi Felipe, Ashling here from Off the Ball. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Good. Congratulations on your news. You have 87 caps for Argentina as a player. Was it always the goal to one day go back and be a coach?
No, to be honest, at this profession, you don't know where you'll start and you don't know where you finish. I always say that in professionalism or high, like when it's high performance profession, you need to be prepared, and you'll always prepare and try to get better and better, and then opportunities comes. And I never thought of being I never put it like a goal of saying I want to be Argentinian in the Argentinian coaching staff or so on. As I said, I've been very, very lucky having the opportunity, and more than grateful for Leo and Leinster for giving me the opportunity to come and be part of the coaching staff here, because realistically, the environment here is second to none. And now this opportunity came up, and I'd like to think that I can take a lot of what I've learned here and try to make Argentina a better team and a better organization, you know.
And you may have some big moments to come with Leinster, but so far, how would you sum up your time at Leinster as a whole?
No, my time at Leinster has been great from the first minute, and it goes much farther than just the results. You know, it's we've lost, we won, but it's all the experience and the opportunity to working with the people I worked. I think this institution is special, and sometimes when for players, I always tell to the players or some people that they only lived or experienced this Leinster. It's a very special institution. It's a very special place, and it's not that you have a place like that everywhere, you know. So you just have to look after it and make sure that you keep evolving and making this place better, because it's such a great place to be, that from the first minute I've been so welcomed, but also looked after and cared, not only me but my family. I can't speak better words of every single day I pass here in Leinster. I can't remember of a bad day, apart from losing that I hate, but I can't remember, you know, of a bad day, like saying, oh, I want to go home, or I can't. And we went through tough times with the pandemic and everything, you know, being away from the people you love, but still I will make the same decisions I made.
And just the last one for me, if I had to ask you to pick one favourite memory of your time there, would you be able to pick one in particular?
A big favourite memory?
Yeah, to pick one favourite memory that comes to mind. Maybe a special memory that always sticks out in your mind.
Hopefully I can answer that in 14 days. And I'll let you know my favourite moment. Yeah.
Thanks, Felipe.
Cheers.
Felipe, hi, it's Will Dalton here from Virgin Media. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Listen, congratulations first. I'll just add that to everybody else. I'm sure it's a great honour to have been given the role. Can I just ask you about your career then? Do you see, you know, it's hard to say where you will be over the coming years, but is that a head coaching role something that would interest you, do you think, before you retire from rugby fully? Yeah,
you never know. You know, it's as I said, you prepare yourself for the opportunity. It's definitely, I think I've been learning and growing in my capabilities and so on, and I've been very lucky to have the people I had around, like, to learn from, you know, like Leo as a head coach, Stuart, with Robin, with so much experience in the game, you know. Like, it's been amazing here, and you don't know where you'll end up, you know. And hopefully one day, yeah, I could be a head coach, but it's not something that at the moment. I haven't finished one job. I haven't started another one, and you're asking me for a further one. I don't know. I haven't got the magic, the future, you know, in magic ball.
I just wanted to see if you wouldn't rule out a third return to Leinster as coach at some stage.
No, never ruled out. I'd say it's, you know, never ruled out any opportunity that can come. It also, it comes to in a certain moment of your life that you make decisions not only entirely, or at least myself, this decision hasn't been entirely rugby wise, and because, as I said, there's no better place rugby wise than Leinster as a club and so on. Obviously, it has the national team and it's an opportunity, but it's a family thing as well, and there are other components that made me do this decision, you know. So yeah, no, I never ruled out anything.
We might see you back again then, you never know. Listen, moving on to the Champions Cup. Obviously, we know now La Rochelle will be the opponent. You know, as a player, and I know sometimes coaches don't want to talk about payback or extra motivation, but there has to be a little something in there at the back of the players' minds after the results last season to come up against La Rochelle to get one over on them and get that 5th star, as we've heard so much talk about?
Well, we haven't. I don't perceive like that. I think it's more for us. It's more the getting that 5th star, you know. And it happened that now it's La Rochelle there, and we know how tough they are, how good they are. They've evolved as well. They beat us last year, and they are our better team this year as well. So it will be a hell of an encounter and very tough game, you know. And we need to prepare and control what we can control on our side. That is our preparation, you know. So I don't think that revenge, or call it whatever you want to call it, it's a motivating factor. I think that we have enough motivation in ourselves to make to what is our real purpose, you know, driving the legacy together and so on, to make sure that we do all what we can to get that 5th star in our jersey. You know, it's bigger than whoever is in front of us.
Just to look forward to I suppose, the more mundane matters, shall we call them, of this weekend, as opposed to the Champions Cup. Just wondering, in terms of approach to the Munster game, and in terms of selection and obviously rotation and that sort of thing has worked out very well for Leinster so far this season.
Yeah, well, we always said the same thing. We have to see we always try to field the best team possible for Leinster to be successful, and that's we'll never just take light any selection. And I think many of the players that hasn't been selected in the last 2 weeks, they're raging to go out there and playing, you know, and we can see it because we train with them, or we train them every single day. And for me, that's a desire. Like, whatever team goes out there, it will be a well-prepared Leinster team to go and make a good game against our derby rivals, or probably it's the biggest rivalry for Leinster, you know, Munster. So, as I say, it can get better, you know, and yeah, we'll have to assess not only obviously the coming week, but then we have a quarter-final to look after as well. So we need to see the closest picture, but the bigger picture as well, you know.
Leinster have to go to the south of France to play a French team in the Champions Cup final, and I see you're already 12-point favourites. Is the biggest threat to a 5th star Leinster's attitude, or making sure Leinster have the correct attitude? Is that the biggest challenge over the next 12 days, considering not a lot of people made much of La Rochelle's victory over Racing?
Well, we don't listen too much to the outside voices, you know. We just listen to ourselves, and for us, every game starts in 0. It doesn't matter if it's whoever it is. It's not about La Rochelle. It's not about Toulouse. It's not about so for us, we know what's in stake. You know, we're not going to take light or just be complacent on a Champions Cup final. You don't do that. You don't do that. Leinster doesn't do that. Our standards are so high that I'm actually a bit weird that you asked me that. Seriously, I wouldn't even think of anyone thinking that Leinster will take light a Champions Cup final, or will underestimate the rival. You know, it's hard to get to a Champions Cup final, and these guys, they did it twice and in consecutive years. So they're showing they are dominating Europe. If you ask, like, bookies can say whatever they want to say, but in terms of they finish above us in the how do you say, in the pool stages, they had home advantages and so on, and suddenly they're in the final and they're playing a great brand of rugby. So don't worry that Leinster won't underestimate La Rochelle at all. I don't care what bookie says or what people outside this camp says, you know, like, we won't do that.